right, welcome back, watch fans. I just got a quick video for you, which is amazing. I just came across this here on the YouTube. Where is this? Now, did I just lose this? Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's coming up. Oh my God, it disappeared. Okay, we're gonna find it in just a second. This is unbelievable but true. Well, look, this is what happens when you got low production values. Where's my video? Where is the video? This shit. Uh-oh. We're live. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so we got a little YouTube problems here. Okay, anyway, look, I just wanted to share this with you because this is actually quite amazing. You have this, I don't know, I just came across this, I don't know, whatever. YouTube sends random things to you, and this just popped up. Anyway, this lady inherited, I guess she inherited, 7 watches from her father. And I got to tell you something, these are like, greatest hits. I mean, I assume her father probably, was buying these in the 70s and 80s or whatever, 60s through the 80s. And this is kind of like the best of what you could have gotten. I mean, more or less with like a normal budget. I'm not talking about a guy who's, going crazy, but this is a guy who's got great taste, and they're all these watches are all, this is like a perfect collection. You got sports watches, you got dress watches, you got the whole deal. Watch this.
If you just had to guess, any thoughts?
I really have no idea. I mean, I would maybe guess a couple of $1,000s or something. I don't even know what a new Rolex costs, maybe a few $1,000s.
When you brought the box and I opened it, as a watch collector, I started to get pretty excited because it's a sort of potpourri of the best names in the world. This is a Patek Philippe.
Okay.
It's 18 karat gold. The bracelet's 18 karat gold. This is another Patek Philippe. This is called the Ellipse. It has a blue dial. It's all 18 karat gold. This watch is an Audemars Piguet.
Okay.
What about
Super fine Swiss watch. Yeah. This watch is an Audemars Piguet sold by Gubelin. Gubelin is one of the most famous jewelry stores in the world in Switzerland. This watch was made by Blancpain, a 200-year company from Switzerland. This is an 18 karat gold watch. It has a day, a date, a month, and a moon phase. This is a stainless steel Rolex Datejust. It has a fluted bezel, and it's called an oyster bracelet. This is the classic Cartier Santos. It's an automatic watch with a white enamel dial. It's made of 18 karat and stainless.
I'll tell you what. So think about this. Oh, here we go. This is weird. This video popped. Okay, so low production. But this actually is also an Ellipse. So I don't know. The guy she's talking to is a tomato can. Obviously he's a mongoloid. But let's go through this real.
$1,000.
When you brought.
Okay, this Ellipse actually you get this very kind of rare bracelet. Very desirable watch. This is kind of a version of what Trump has. That's right, El Trump. This is what he has. Hang on a second. What is going on with my internet connection here? It is all screwed up. Gubelin. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's pop this up.
Bought the box and I opened it as a.
By the way, that Ellipse is really nice. I mean, we've talked about this before, the Geezer thing. This also is an Ellipse, by the way. It's kind of a variation of the Ellipse. These are kind of interesting. It's kind of, by the way, this bracelet is very, very funky. Kind of a rare. This is a rare, very rare combination. When I say rare, look, we did a video on this the other day. Yeah, this is one of these things that Patek may have made, I don't know, 20 or 30 watches and, sent them off to, to retailers. And if they sold, they would make more. If they didn't sell, they wouldn't make them again. So, that's it. That's all there is. So there could be only, I don't know, 50 pieces floating around, 100 pieces floating around. There's not 1,000 of these, okay? It's a very small number because, again, variations in the dial, variations in the bracelet. Again, this bracelet is very funky, but that's the look what people want. This is kind of the very desirable. The dial is a little dull, but hey, great watch. This guy had good taste. I mean, for like This guy was probably a cool guy.
The watch collector.
Her father.
Started to get pretty excited because it's a sort of potpourri of the best names in the world. This is a Patek Philippe.
Okay.
It's 18 karat gold. The bracelet's 18 karat gold. This is another Patek Philippe.
Okay.
This is called the Ellipse. It has a blue dial.
By the way, also a very nice bracelet on this one. This kind of this mesh. I mean, these are all like really unique pieces.
It's all 18 karat gold. This watch is an Audemars Piguet.
Okay.
Super.
This is kind of a funky. Also, this is, by the way, right now, this is kind of I would say relatively desirable. Like this is the type of watch. It's kind of this disco volante vibe. You got kind of Roman numerals on the outside. It's interesting. It's kind of it's a watch that, you know, I think if you can get this for like $6,000 or whatever, you'll do okay.
Fine Swiss watch. This watch is an Audemars Piguet sold by Google.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty nice, right? Black dial. You know, you got the gold and the black dial. That's a good look. I'm a big fan. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. I'm having a problem with my internet connectivity. We got a problem with internet. Like, there we go. There we go. All right. So we got major show sponsors. Yeah, guys, look, it costs millions of dollars a month, a day, excuse me, a week, not a day, a week to keep this channel running. And we appreciate having, you know, major show sponsors, Dukes like, we got the Green Rush right here. The Green Rush, helping keeping the channel on there. If it wasn't for contributors like the Green Rush, this channel, would not be able to bring you this amazing content that we have. Hang on, I see what I need to do. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me see. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We ran into a YouTube problem, so what we're gonna do is this. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me start again. Okay, let's start again. Hang on a second. Share screen. Oh my God, this is like a nightmare with this StreamYard here. Oh Jesus, what the hell happened with this YouTube? Okay, there we go. All right, I see what's going on. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, shit, no, it's not working. Okay, hang on a second. High production values. Okay. All right. Okay. Is it working now? All right. It's working. Yeah. Sorry about that. Look, that's what happens. This is why we need these donations to keep the channel on the air, because, these producers that we have, we got Steven Spielberg, we got Martin Scorsese, we got James Cameron, working here. And these guys are not cheap, right? To do this high quality production. These are the guys that are doing all the production here, and
Any thoughts?
I really have no idea. I mean, I would maybe guess a couple of $1,000s or something. I don't even know what a new Rolex costs. Maybe a few $1,000s.
When you gold, this.
Sorry, we're rerunning the thing because the YouTube thing got all screwed up. All right, here we go. But by the way, this actually is a great collection. I mean, this guy probably, I don't know, he was buying these, from the 60s into the 80s. And, obviously this is, I think this is a really great collection for the time.
This is another Patek.
It's a time capsule of a guy who had really cool taste.
Philippe. This is called the Ellipse. It has a blue dial. It's all 18 karat gold. This watch is an Audemars Piguet.
Okay. Super
fine Swiss watch. This watch is an Audemars Piguet sold by Google.
There we go. Yeah, so black dial, very desirable. Black, when you got a black dial like this with the gold, I would wear it maybe like just on a strap. I mean, the bracelet, I can't tell the quality of the bracelet. The bracelet could be kind of cool, but you could also wear the watch on a strap because you see the lugs kind of go out. The Gubelin thing is nice. Adds a little extra.
Gubelin is one of the most famous jewelry stores in the world in Switzerland.
Usually they had the Gubelin thing. Usually the retailer would be like sort of right above the 6. the 6-hour mark, but here it's kind of prominent.
This watch was made by Blancpain, a 200-year company.
Yeah, so this is probably, the guy probably got this watch like in the 80s. This is probably one of his last watches the guy bought. And definitely, I don't want to say mistake, but, you know, I mean, obviously the guy was a successful guy. He was buying these at retail. I'm pretty sure, this is, back then you didn't have a secondary market for these vintage watches, right? I'm assuming the guy, died at whatever, 80 or whatever. So he probably bought this in the 80s when Blancpain was kind of coming up, and, they were hyping their whole, Fugazi history, which they invented. It's fabricated. It's a total Fugazi. There's no 200-year Blancpain, okay? It's all fabricated. It's a Fugazi, all right? But that was, they were doing a lot of marketing, and, people were buying these in the 80s.
From Switzerland. This is an 18-karat gold watch. It has a day, a date, a month, and a moon phase.
This is a hard pass. This watch is maybe, $6,000 on a good day, and you really don't want it.
This is a stainless steel Rolex Datejust.
Okay, by the way, here's the thing. Okay, so this guy, he's got these dress watches, right? But look, this is like the everyday sports watch beater. This is a ghost dial, right? So this is a very cool Datejust, right? This is a ghost dial. He's got it on the oyster bracelet, ghost dial. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. Let's see what else. What else?
It has a fluted bezel, and it's called an oyster bracelet.
Look, it's still ticking. This watch, I guarantee you, has never been serviced. Probably in literally 50 years, it's never seen service.
This is the classic Cartier Santos. It's an automatic.
By the way, that is the Cartier to have had in the 80s. I mean, this is the watch. The watch. I mean, capital THE. This would have been like the watch. More, I mean, this would have been more prestigious than Rolex. I mean, this was, especially in two-tone. I mean, this is like a very 80s, the gold, the steel. I actually was very tempted to buy one. I tried to buy one, actually. I was very close to buying one. And I saw something on Chrono 24. A guy in Spain had it. It was in Barcelona, right? And I'm in Barcelona, and I walk over there, and it's one of these like weird, in Spain they have these like weird, I don't even know what to call them. They're kind of like, I guess they're technically pawn shops or buy gold, sell. I don't even know what they are. They're a compra oro or whatever it is. But that's, they got a sign outside saying we buy gold or something, but it's not. It doesn't look like a sleazy pawn shop. It's kind of like, I don't know what to make of it. I walk inside. I say, "Hey, you got this watch? I want to take a look at the watch, right? I'm ready to buy it. Basically, it was like $2,500 at the time. It's the Santos Galbe, I think it's called, the Santos Galbe. And the guy says, "Oh no, we have it, whatever, blah 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 blah. We got it. I don't know, somewhere else, and we don't have it." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, whatever." Anyway, so I couldn't see it, and I didn't buy it, but it was, but I was looking for these about 6 years ago, and instead I ended up with the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the owl.
Watch.
But this is a great watch. I would even buy one of these today. I wonder what these are going for. Hang on a second. Let me pull this up on Chrono 24. Again, this is not a real like serious watch. It's kind of like just a funky, like, retro vibes, like ironic type of thing. Look, if you have like a Dirty Sanchez mustache, you should get one of these watches because it's kind of like a, ironic statement piece, if you will. Let's take a look at what are these Santos Galbes going for right now. Look at this. Oh, they're all in Spain. Look at this. 2004. What is this watch? Quartz. That's a hard pass. Okay, there you go. The Santos Galbe. So these things have really not, I'm surprised they haven't moved. I mean, this thing is beaten up. I mean, can you imagine how much like cocaine residue is inside, like in between the all the bracelets over here? It's probably, I don't know, this watch has been like Studio 54 or whatever. But that would have been the watch. That was like the watch. If you were like, Bud Fox, this is the watch you wanted in 1987. That was like, sophisticated. It's actually, look, when you look at the bracelet, I mean, this is actually, it's a good bracelet. This is much better than Rolex by far. By far. And that, by the way, that was my kind of thinking, was like, this is like a really good deal. You got this automatic watch, you got, Cartier. It's kind of this vintage vibe. Yeah, these things are cheap. Quartz. I think this is a lady's watch also. You got to be careful with these. Okay, so let's see, Japan. Please tell me this is automatic. Quartz, shit. I think you gotta do a search from automatic or whatever. Okay. Let me go a little bit higher. US. They're probably like $3,000 today for like a decent one, I guess. I haven't looked at these in a long time. 1997. I can't believe they were making these in 97. Quartz again. Shit, what's going on here? They did make these in automatic. I know this. And quartz, actually, back in that day, it was, it was accepted. Hang on a sec. Filter. Movement. Okay. All right, now we got automatic only, mechanical. So, wow, look at this. You got the date window. I think that's kind of what I looked at, something like that with the date window. They're all in Spain. I don't know, would the Spanish love these watches or something? But look at it's a good bracelet. It's a good bracelet. Much better than Rolex. I mean, that's kind of why I liked it. It was like, wow, it's a cool watch. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, this is a no, actually, listen. You got to realize something. See, you're like, I don't know, you drive a bulldozer, I don't know. But if you ever down in Texas, if you're ever down in the oil patch, all those Texans. Oh, we got the Duke. We got the Duke Omar. Duke Omar is here. The Galbane red lacquer dial. I don't know if I've ever seen one. That must be new. That must be a new thing. That must be new. But let me see if I can find one. But let me tell you something. In the 80s, 70s, if you weren't down in Dallas and the oil patch, all these guys in the oil business would be wearing these ladies' watches, as you call them. That this guy could have been in the oil business. I mean, that's what you had. When you made some money, you what you did was you bought yourself a Cadillac with you got the steer horns. You put the steer horns on as the hood ornament, and giant longhorn steer horns on the hood. Sort of like what you see in the movie with the TV show Dallas. And you would wear like a gold, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, whatever it was. They love those watches. Wow. Yeah, so this is yeah, these prices are all up about 50% since. What do you think of that bracelet? Oh, that's the original bracelet. Yeah, that's actually not a bad bracelet. The problem is it's not really well integrated. It's kind of a weird hybrid on this watch. It's like you could wear a strap but it's kind of cool. That watch is a good deal. More like it's a dog with fleas, but you know what? Wow, she's got all these great watches. I mean, I may have to meet her. I may have to marry her. 3 or 4 thousand. Yeah, there you go. Ghost dial. I mean, by the way, the ghost dial on Rolex, I think that's the best dial. It's like this kind of grayish, ghostly vibe. I don't even know what color it is. It's like a gray, brown, translucent, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, this guy had a real collection. I mean, this guy like wore these watches, throughout his life, whatever. It's like you're looking here like at an arc of like 40 years of somebody's life. Wow, wow. Okay, so let's go back to hang on a second. Let's go back to have we sent wires yet? Lincoln. uh no, look, it costs millions of dollars a week to keep this channel on there. Unbelievable but true. But listen, I actually think the Santos could be one of the most undervalued watches today. One of the most undervalued watches today, especially, when you consider what's going on with Cartier. All of a sudden, all the tomato cans, the crayon eaters, they're going bananas over these stupid, dress watches, shaped cases. And this was the icon of the 80s. Now, again, I'm not saying this is like, oh my God, this is some great horological thing. It's a cool watch for $2,500, and maybe even $3,000. Look, people wore these things. Look at this, 1980. If I were to get one, I would want to get one like circa 1987, because that's. And look at the bracelet. Look at the way it opens up. I mean, that's quality, right? Look at that. Look at that buckle. You've got the gold. I mean, that's beautiful workmanship. They really were doing a great job. I mean, compared to Rolex, Rolex bracelets were pure trash. Pure trash. Look at this, 1990. This is a little bit, late, but whatever. Yeah. Hey, very respectable watch. Look, if this was good enough for Gordon Gekko, if Gordon Gekko could wear this watch, you could wear this watch, right? Now this is what is going on here? Is this like a Guilloche dial? Yeah, look at that. A little funky, a little bit funky. Santos diverging from the day. I think Santos, I would say, is like a double bottom, like a long coming up, but it's never going to be, it's never going to go to the moon. But I think, actually, listen, with that said, you never know what goes on. The watch market can go crazy, because all you need some of these guys with the dirty Sanchez mustaches. You need like Theo and Homo. You need what's his name? You need Tristano, the fake aristocrat, with the fake aristocrat grandfather. You need a couple of those guys, the dirty Sanchez mustaches, to start saying, "Oh my God, this is the," and and it'll go. But because this is really, it's a fashion watch, okay? And watches, at the end of the day, it's fashion. It's fashion. Okay, it's fashion. It goes in cycles. Yeah. This is a fucking great watch. Yeah, great watch. Again, not these price. This is not the best model. I would go for best of breed. I'd like to see like something where, where the date window is at that like number 5 at the 5 o'clock position. I think that's the look. These Roman numerals, a little too much, a little busy, but having the date at that like corner there, that's cool. And look at this. That's a real bracelet. That is a real bracelet. Full set. 4,500. I don't know. That's a lot of money for. But let's see what you can get. I'm very curious. Wow. 20th anniversary model. When was this made? I guess these are newer. When were these made? Is this a lady's watch? This could be. Is it a lady? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. But let's see. Look at this. People wore these. They really. I mean, they put. They put serious miles in them. So that tells you the watch can take a beating. You can wear this driving a tractor. I mean, you can wear this. You could be a farmer somewhere and wear this watch. Shit. I'm surprised. I'm surprised by these prices. Maybe these did go up because I remember this being like $2,500, $2,000, like 6 years ago. Oh, there we go. This is a lady's watch, the red lacquer lady's watch. Oh, this is a nice example. You got the guilloche dial, which is beautiful. Guilloche dial. $5,000 they're asking for this. I don't know if I'd pay $5,000 for this. I don't know. Would you guys pay $5,000 for this? Oh, there we go. Look at this. We got 2961 carat. Yeah, the family crest. That's what they need. The family crest. 2961. Let's look. We'll look that up. Hang on a second. Cartier 2961. Oh, there we go. I'm not that familiar with. I'm really not familiar with the whole Cartier, like whatever. I just know the basic, the concept of it. So, I may be using the wrong whatever. But yeah, this is a cool watch. Shit. The thing is, I think these watches should be, beautiful buckle. I mean, even today, a lot of brands don't do some stuff this well. This is quality, right? Yeah. I think if you're going with Cartier, it has to be like the cutoff date has to be like 1990. It really should be an 80s watch, because that's what it was. You want something of the period. Let's go high to low, just curious. Oh, there we go. Wow, look at this. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Red lacquer. 14,000. Again, I don't know what the deal is. Just looked high to low. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Wow. Look at this. You got these funky bracelet thing going on here, which actually is a little bit more of a legitimate look than the fake screws. I mean, the screws are fake, right? On the bracelet. So this actually is a little bit more legitimate. 1990 Ghost. This might be expensive for what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. 1985. That's the year. That's prime. That's prime. Full set. Private seller in Germany. See, the Germans, they keep everything, right? They keep all the papers. They keep, everything is organized, Look at this, how crisp everything is. You know, guy kept it in good condition. I wish that had the guilloche dial though. That really makes, yeah. Santos chronograph again. I'm not a fan of chronographs. That gets a little bit too much, and it's not functional. Seiko. Okay. No Seikos here. This is we don't talk about brands like that on this channel. 1980. I mean, this was the watch that Tony Montana would have been wearing. This is like the Tony Montana special. 29 millimeter. Also in Spain. Yeah, a lot of these are in Spain. The red, that's nice. Shit. I mean, this just goes to show you gotta think outside the box. So there's deals to be had. Again, like in the $3,000 range, 3,500. It's a great alternative to Rolex because look, what are you going to get? What are you going to get in terms of Rolex? You can get something decent, maybe head only for like $4,000, 3,500, 3,800. But with Cartier, there's just something a little extra. It has that je ne sais quoi, it really does. It has that certain louche, vibe to it. Like it's interesting. Oof, vicious and nasty. What happened to this? He's got the full set though. Look at that. He's got the full set. Yeah. That's it. That Yeah. Hang on a second. Probably wooden Seiko. One stock. I don't want to hear about Seiko here. This is not the Seiko channel. Hang on a second. Let's take a look here. Yeah. And the thing with Cartier is actually, Cartier is I was positive of Cartier, years back before all the hype. I just never came across one. Like, I looked for, I tried to buy one, missed it, and by then I was like, you know what? I moved on to other things, but it's respectable, especially, you can pick something up for, $3,500, let's say $4,000, and your money is going to be safe. Your money is going to be safe with this. Wow. Yeah, and yeah, look at this. It's yeah, something about it that's got a vibe. It's got a vibe. I wonder who all these people are, these private sellers with these watches. It's like, wow, the date at the bottom. That's a good look. The date at the bottom is. I like when the date is at the bottom or in the corner. I don't want it to be the 3 o'clock position. It's too common. Yeah. This guy kept a full set in Austria. All right, he's got the full set. He's wore the hell out of the watch. And now he's selling it. Yeah. Yeah, it makes it unique. Yeah, Mike, would you buy a Cartier Santos? I know you're a fan of shitter watches. You got the JLC. Would you buy one of these as like a beater watch? But this is like an elegant beater watch. It's like kind of, you don't want to be like every other guy with the Rolex. You know what I mean? It's like every other guy with the Rolex. Yeah. No, I think two-tone. Actually, no. The two-tone was the look. The two-tone would have been the look to do this. Hang on. Actually, let me see. Cartier Santos. Let's go more from most expensive to least expensive. By the way, the gold Santos, those prices went crazy. They went crazy. Oh, these are the modern Santos. Okay. Oh, we're looking at modern stuff. Yeah, I think with these modern watches, you're basically going to lose money with these. This is like, you got to get these at massive discounts. Massive discounts. I'm more of a, by the way, here's another alternative. This is kind of the same vibe. This is like a 5396, but on the bracelet. If you get it on the bracelet, you'll kind of have that same, Miami drug dealer vibe, but a little classier. And with the chocolate dial, hang on a second, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Patek, low to high. So, a lot of the crayon eaters have been getting into these 5396. And this actually, but this is like the basic bitch of the Patek range, the 5396, in terms of this model. But if you get this watch, okay, watch this. Watch what happens. Watch what happens when you put it on the bracelet, the white gold bracelet and the blue dial. It actually looks amazing. But with the bracelet, by itself, it's kind of like, I don't know, there's something that's bothered me about, the 24-hour indicator. I mentioned the things, right? The little windows, it bothers me. But when you have it on the bracelet, all of a sudden it becomes like a sport watch. It becomes like a sport watch, like a beater watch, like a high-end beater watch. And it's kind of cool. Like, this is kind of like, I call it the billionaire beater watch. Like, the guys I've seen wearing this watch. Who's the guy from, was it Nelson Peltz? One of these guys, Nelson Peltz, the partner of Nelson Peltz, Peter May, I think it was. Anyway, guy's a multi-billionaire, and I saw an interview with him, and he was wearing one of these on like this, a rose gold. This looks amazing. Rose gold, Patek Philippe, rose gold, chocolate dial on the bracelet. Looks great. But the prices are still coming down. They're still, they're going to drop to, like, I think 40 grand, maybe high 30s, 40 grand. And then it becomes like a cool watch. It really does. It totally changes the look. It totally changes the way you wear it. Exactly. Yeah. He probably had a quartz. Yeah, we're not. This is not the Hublot channel. No Hublot, no Seiko. Yeah. I think this actually could become a sleeper watch. Like this model, like on the bracelet, in the blue or the chocolate. In the time to buy this is going to be maybe like in 5 years from now, and by then the price are going to drop, maybe into the. Oh, we got the Baron Red. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Colonel. All right. How about this? Would you consider pulling up that Hugh Blow if Wet Pork Chop 420 right now if he uh, subscribes and joins as a member,
Well, of
or
course,
se-
we'll do
yeah,
anything for money.
or if he sends in a $10 super chat,
Yeah, of
either or
course.
Wet Pork Chop.
Yeah, we're for sale. Everything is for sale here. you know, this is yeah. It's who's the guy? Who's the guy that Nelson Peltz's partner? Peter May, I think, right? But that guy, I think he has a Patek World Time on this bracelet, and it makes a big difference. The bracelet really, like, I think when you have it on the bracelet, I don't know, Baron, what do you think of this, of the bracelet vibe? Are you feeling the bracelet vibe?
On the watch on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the bracelet works. I think
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any. I'm thinking maybe the only time a bracelet wouldn't work on a watch is on like the ultra thin watches because it's just kind of really hard to pull off the
This, but this,
that thin aesthetic with the bracelet.
yeah, but this, this one they really did. I mean, they actually did a really good job with it because, the watch, the problem with this watch, because I've talked about this before. It flare. It's kind of a big watch with the lugs, and on the strap, it just doesn't work. But for some reason with the bracelet, it kind of with the bracelet it just wears more normally, and it's got a nice vibe to it. It's a totally different watch. And yeah, they do a perpetual with this bracelet. They do the same thing. They're hard to find. It's like an extra like 20 grand plus for these. But I don't. We talked about this before. Are you a fan of the 5396?
Not really. Well, okay, so in general, I'm not a fan of any watch that comes with a black dial. It's just because
No, it's
I think
chocolate.
black dials.
Brown. It's brown. It's brown.
It's just in the photo it looks black.
No, it's chocolate. It's chocolate. How about the blue? How about the blue dial? Hang on a second. Right here.
There you go. I think that's a lot better. The blue one. I'm gonna assume that's white gold.
Yeah. Come on. What do you think? We're gonna show you tomato can watches on this channel? Hang on a second. Let me show you something. I had one of these on. Hang on a second. I had one of these on. Let me pull this up. I had one of these on. Wait. At the last year. Let me see if I can pull this up. At the Miami Beach show.
I'm going to give you a small nitpick here that I brought up before. I don't know if it was this watch, but it was or a previous similar watch that we've looked at that had a similar design element to it. It's just it's the date window. I think when the date window when it interrupts the sundial.
It's bad. It's bad. It really is. No, I hear you. I hear you. It's very hang on a second. Wait. Where is it? We gotta find this. No, that's the thing that bothered me. Also, it's white. It's kind of like, it just doesn't. They didn't think about it. That's, but the bracelet is the only thing I like about it, frankly.
Yeah. So just going back to the date window now, I think on the modern perpetuals, I think they've done a better job where they've moved the date to the top where it's in line with the other I don't know what it's called, like the non-subdials.
Hang on a second. Let me show you something. Let me show you a hang on a second. Let me show you this. This is the there we go. This is a celebrity sighting here. This is the watch. Look how good it looks. Hey, there we go. We got the tomato can. The Muppet boiler room. The Muppet boiler room going on. There we go. There we go. There's the Colonel's watch on leather. Okay. Anyway, but that's. I mean, I actually. Hang on. So they were asking for this watch. It was all scratched up, banged out. I think it was like 48 grand last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going down. I think they're going to go down to like high 30s. High 30s. This thing. The chiefs were peasants, and the eagles were barons. Yeah. Unbelievable but true. So you're not a fan because of the date window.
Yes.
I get it. No, I feel you. I completely. Hang on a second. What do we got here? Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's the 53. Yeah, I was bringing up because of the whole Santos, the bracelet. These watches, on the bracelet, these things are very like, kind of, it's got a certain vibe. That's what it is. Are you the Cartier? No, that's not for you. This is not.
No, I am not. I'm just generally not a fan of. I think they make great watches. I mean, in terms of like they make beautiful watches, but I'm just not a.
You're pure.
Like a Cartier. Yeah, like a Cartier wouldn't work for my vibe.
Yeah, you're a purist. No, I get it. Let me see. Okay. No, I mean you have the Russian oligarch watch. I mean, actually, to be honest, it's very, very like identical. I mean, the Venn, what do they call it? The Venn diagram of Cartier Santos and Breguet Marine is.
If you think there's a lot of overlap, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same guy basically that would buy these. Same exact thing. Yeah, let's see here. Hang on a second. What? All right, we got. All right, Baron, you got anything? You got to add something here because we got some time. We got the punters on here. Let's see if we can get some super chats for them. Can you bring up any good topics so we can get some super chats out of the punters here? Maybe get some members.
That I don't know. I mean, so I'm still thinking about the Boken of Brisbane and how he owns 3 Breguets and like 3 of the exact same Breguets.
He's up to 3 now. Oh my god.
He's got 3, and they're like he's got like the worst ones. He's got the
are they identical? Are they identical basically? Because that's what it does. He gets into like this thing where they're all the same.
Yeah. No. He's got the Breguet. He's got the chronograph, the Mark 20, right? In full gold. Yeah, in full gold. Well, it's not. It's the gold head with. I think he's got it on leather. So he's got that. He's got the tradition also in rose gold, and then he recently got the 7147 with the enamel dial in rose gold, which I like that watch.
I was going to bring up that was your watch that you got rid of.
Okay, no. I got rid of the one with the date window. That was the 5177. So it's very similar. Very similar. Except mine has central seconds and a date window, but both with the enamel dials. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. This guy goes on these weird, like, this is what I'm saying. Like that channel, it's like, it's horrific.
Yeah. Okay. But to be fair to him, if he didn't make terrible decisions, like he wouldn't be what people expect.
I think that's
right. So
my theory is what makes Archie successful is that people watch that thing to feel better about themselves. They say, "Oh, this guy's such a fucking loser that my life is much better." I mean, I think that's what it is. That's the grift is that he plays up this like thing, and it makes it's That's what it is. That's the vibe, you know. What do you think of this
Yeah.
watch? What do you think of this Patek annual calendar here? It's got a second hand. That's
Let's
kind of a peasant. That's a peasant indicator. When you have a second hand, that's the mark of a peasant.
which one are we looking at? Just I guess
I don't
pull
know.
up
They're
on
all kind of. I
the
don't know.
larger photo.
Just we got this guy here. This guy Mike Lewis, who's a freeloader, who comes on here and doesn't donate any money. He's on the Curly channels. We're gonna out these people. By the way, we're gonna do what these other channels do. We're gonna what do they say? Out them for anybody that's on the other channels. They come here and they don't donate. They get we have to give them some how shall we say? Whatever. Anyway, what do you think of this watch? Garbage?
I don't know. The photo's small, so it's hard to see the details. If you just pick one, whichever one, and then we'll.
I actually, like this watch. Actually, in theory, it's kind of beautiful. I think in theory, because you got those markers. I love when they do these markers. These kind of like big markers with the facets on them, like the three. That I love that stuff. Right, the green is beautiful. The rose gold is beautiful. The only issue I have is the, I like the case. The case is clean. It's a clean case. It's probably a big size, a 30, whatever, but which is whatever. It's okay. 40 millimeter. Okay. It's big.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not whatever, but as a dress watch, it's pushing the boundaries. But these fucking windows just, the only thing I like, they made them into a shape. They're not just basic. They made them into like a little trapezoid.
Yeah. Like so are you saying if they had to do the windows for the day, the date, and the month, you prefer it like it is now versus on the modern perpetuals where it's got them all in one line?
No, the one line I think is very boring, very sterile, very it's not good. It's horrible. It has no soul. No, I mean, why do you think Zuckerberg has one? Because it's got no soul. He has that watch. I think that was his first Patek. I mean, which tells you exactly everything you need to know about this. This one, in theory, it's a good looking watch. In theory, it reminds me of that 5396. In theory, it's a good looking watch, but then you start dealing with the second hand, you start dealing with the windows, and the 24-hour indicator, which is like, again, useless. And then you realize this is, it's a peasant watch. I mean, in theory, it could be. The basic concept of it, I think, is beautiful. Yeah. But it's just a fucked up. The function doesn't work.
Okay, so for that watch we're just looking at, so I've seen a lot of watches do this for the design. When they do the subdial, the 24-hour subdial, in this case, it's 24-hour subdial. I think it's oversized. I don't like it when any of the subdials overlap with the center of the watch, where they have the I guess I don't know what's called, the pin that holds the hands.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you're very picky. You're very picky. Yeah, this is. This is, I don't know. This is not for me. This is what look. It's basically listen. What it really is what the Bogan of Brisbane would call a compromise watch. I mean, this really is basically, it's a watch for a guy who wants something kind of flashy. It's a Patek. It's like the JJ Bukiak. I think he had one of these. It's a Bukiakistan watch. It's kind of like, you get the watch. It's flashy, but it's got, it's like a mile wide and a quarter inch deep, basically. At the end of the day, it's got no depth to it. By the way, did you see this thing? I don't know. Yesterday we did a thing about the Patek 3940. Do you know what the prices have gone to? Did you see that video?
No.
Yeah, we put it in the members area. It's in the members area. It broke the $100,000 mark. The $100,000 mark. That's a big deal. That's actually like a major milestone. Look at this. This is the guys from European watch company, which are, they're, it's one of them up at Boiler Room channels. But I mean, they're not like egregious. I mean, they're what's the, their prices are kind of depending on the day of the week or whatever, like how desperate they are. There's probably, I mean, there's definitely, they have room in this. This is I don't know where they came up with this price. That's a big number. 100. It's not even 99. It's 109. That's a big number. 109. But this is what what we've been saying on this channel for the last year, that this watch. Do you remember I said this last year? This was going to be $100,000 watch.
That vaguely.
Yeah, no,
I think this. Yeah, I think that this is one of the watches that we looked at where you just complimented it. You're like, yeah, this. I mean,
yeah.
and it is. This is a really well done watch. I like the way that they did the subdials, and look, none of them overlap with the center of the watch.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a classic watch. I mean, this is shit. This is why I got it. I mean, what the fuck? It's the best of. I think it's the best of. Although I think I actually like. I mean, I really like. When I did the video, Friday? I think I did. I actually like the yellow better, to be honest. Like the yellow is a little warmer. I think I got the white because, well, it was the deal available at the time. That was like, it was just a good deal, and it's clean. It looks low key. It's whatever, modern looking. But if I would have been able to get the yellow for a little bit less, full set and everything, I would have gone with the yellow. But just it was the way it ended up. But this is actually very important because look, what's going to happen is this, right? This is my theory. The theory is I'm going to recap and rehash the content from Friday. By the way, that video is in the members only area now. Only members, only aristocrats have access to these deep insights. No, Mike, I know that the watch is beautiful. I said it's a beautiful watch. It's just, it's shallow. It's shallow. It's kind of like it's like Paris Hilton, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, yeah. There we go. Baron von Noob knows. See, that's what happens. Look, when you become an aristocrat, when you join the channel, when you invest $4.95, Mike Lewis all of a sudden will get instant enlightenment, and access to all our top secret content on the 3940 and the Ellipse market. And we'll also do, Mike, for you, we'll do a free watch collection review video. That's right, a custom watch collection review video. All you got to do, it's very simple. Click the join button. You invest $4.95 in yourself, not to me. You're not giving me the money. You're giving the money to yourself. You're investing in yourself, in your future, in your spiritual enlightenment. And then you send an email to brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com with pictures of, the watches, and we'll give you a custom video here. There we go. See, this is what happens when you become an aristocrat. You become allergic to. That's what happens. It's. Yeah. But go ahead.
No, I thought that was a great comment.
Yeah. No. So here's the thing. This is actually very important. We're going to recap. This is a little sneak preview of the video that's available only for the aristocrats, because I don't want to have peasants, jumping into the market and messing things up for aristocrats, right? We don't need to have the peasants. We want to gatekeep. That's the new word, gatekeeping. We need to gatekeep. We don't want to have every peasant wearing these type of watches, because then it would ruin the experience. But what I was saying is this: look, when you have, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's a stock like Nvidia, whatever it is, when it hits like a major milestone, right, like that, it all of a sudden people wake up, right? They wake up, and all of a sudden everybody says, "Wow, these guys are asking $100,000," and these are like real people. European, these are respectable dealers, right? Everybody else is going to wake up and say, "Shit, we better see what do these guys know that we don't know, right? Why are they charging? What do they know, right?" Because I think what they're doing is they're probably pricing it ahead of where they think the market is going. because they may not be able to replace it. If they have to rebuy it again for whatever the price is. That being said, I think you can get these things cheaper. This is, I think it's a ridiculous price. I think that you can get these for less, but I do believe that this is going to be this is the new blue chip of Patek. This is like the thing that everybody's going to be going into, and these prices are going to go to like 200 grand in like a couple of years. It's going to be like their flagship. And another reason why I thought about it, because one of the problems with like some of the rare Pateks is that they only made like 500, right? They got a tomato can watch. I think it's the 518 or whatever that they're trying to sell for 20 million right now, right? It's a stainless steel watch. At Monaco Legends, I think has this. I think they call it the tomato can special. But the problem is when you have a very small market, when you only have like a few hundred made, then it becomes too thin. It's too thin, and it's not really good. But when you have something that's when you have like 5,000 examples, 4,000 examples, then it becomes more liquid and more people know about it, right? Like it becomes much more desirable. I mean, it could be a lesser price, but it becomes much more. Does that make? I'm not articulating well, but I mean that's why like Picasso. The reason why he's got a great market is he made like how many thousands of paintings. I mean, he was highly prolific. He had like, if you look at Picasso auction records, there's like over 10,000 records, which is like massive. Like, most artists, they make 1,000 works of art in their life, maybe. Mm-hmm. This guy was painting 24 hours a day. And because you have so many out there, it makes it more desirable because people see it, they want one, and they can get one. Then, it's better for the market when you have more stuff. So this one has this 3,500 pieces made over 25 years. Let's call it 4,000, right? So how much is that? What's the math? That's 150 pieces a year, right? That's not a lot. That's 150 watches a year is nothing. So this is like, this is great. That's the theory. That's the theory. Baron, what do you think?
All right. I mean, I could see that, but okay. So I think the brand itself isn't necessarily enough to carry the watch. So it depends on what that one sells for, right? Because then I'm just thinking about like something that is kind of comparable but not exactly would be like the AP Spider-Man, like those Marvel watches that AP's been putting out, right? Where they're just like they make like one or something like that. These things are like ugly, but somebody wants it. And then I think it was the Spider-Man or is it the Black Panther or something like that that they tried to put on auction, but I guess like the offers weren't high enough, so they had to pull it.
Yeah. No, here we go. What's the watch? There's I always forget the reference number. It's the vintage one from the 70s, which was absolutely beautiful. Oh, here we go. 3448. So this really is the blue chip of Patek. 3448. Amazing watch. Even though it has the subdials, I mean not the subdials, the windows, it's got the windows. But so here's my theory. If that thing could trade for, 200 grand plus, I mean, it's 200 grand and up basically, right? So, and that's from the 70s. Obviously they made far less of them, but the 3940 is more, what's the word? It's more refined. It's basically the perfected version of it, even though they made a lot more of them. So that's so if this thing can go for 200 plus, I think the 39, but it's not going to be next week. It's going to take, I think, maybe it's going to be a couple of years. It's not going to be right away. It's not, but it's going there. You know, the train has left the station. You know what I mean? 34.48.
Yeah.
34.48. Yeah. How beautiful is that? What do you think? Would you wear this?
Yeah. That's a good looking watch.
Amazing watch.
Yeah. Because it's got, I know, so it's got the windows, which you don't like, but the, just going back to the subdial now, see, there's no overlap on the subdial with the center of the watch.
Yeah. And you got no seconds. You got the calendar wheel, which is good. And just the proportions, everything about it is like, the bezel, the whole, it's kind of chunky. It's kind of a big case also.
Well, how thick is it?
It's, it's pretty thick. I mean, it's not thin. It's got heft to it. I think they call it the padalino or something, the frying pan. They call it the frying pan because it's got, it's not, it's not, it's got a little, it's a little chunky. It's let's see here. Oh yeah, so there's a version of the perpetual calendar chronograph in steel. What do they call it though? Whatever it is, 31. I don't know. In steel, that's the original. That's like their original thing, and they're trying to get 20 million for it.
20 million. What? I mean, how many were produced?
A few hundred. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this article. This came up on my phone. I don't know why this came up on my phone. Let me see if I can find this article. Shit. I can't find it. Whatever. It's I don't know why they don't have it on their website. These Monaco Legend people, but they're asking 20 million for it because in steel there's only a few of them. Let's see if any of the punters know which watch I'm talking about. No, they don't.
Okay, I don't know. It's like, okay, so if they had in fact made a few hundred of them, right? I don't see how it's going to go for. I don't see how they're going to get 20 million for it. Because I'm just thinking about. So we had talked about this like a long time ago.
Oh, here we go. I got it. Here we go. This is the watch. The what are the 1518. You see it?
Yeah. I mean, it is a good looking watch, but I'm just thinking, okay, if the last emperor of China, if his Patek only went for 6.3, right? If his went for 6.3, I don't know how you can get 20 for this. I mean, there's just a huge jump from like, all right, this is kind of like, owned by someone historical, and this is like I don't even know if there are any other.
It's a tomato can watch. It's a tomato can.
Yeah.
It's what's the one? The Emperor by China. There was two famous ones. Yeah. Wait, there's another one from the Vietnamese guy, the Vietnam Emperor, the Bao Dai Rolex, I think it was the Stelline, Black Dial, Rose Gold or something. Yeah, it's so what they're trying to do is basically what the guy said. The guy from Monaco Legends basically said the reason why they're offering it as a private sale and not auction. He had a very interesting comment, which was that with watches, above 5 million, the auction, it's hard to auction them above 5 million.
Why is that?
Because people, it's just not, the market's not really there. It's not, it's kind of, listen, I think the thing with the watches is, it's not like art. I think the big problem with like watches, these things like that is if you're spending like big money, you know, you want something, you know, that you can show off, like you can, you know, show it on a wall or something, and people look at it and they say, "Oh wow," you know, it's got to be big enough, right? I mean, if you have a $20 million watch, what are you going to do? You're going to how are you going to show it? You're going to put it in a case and say, "Hey, take a," you know, like it's not something, you know, it's like a little, it's like a postage stamp, you know, it's like collecting postage stamps. Like you're not going to impress.
No. I'll tell you too.
You know what I mean? Like you're not going to impress women.
No, I'll tell you what you do with it. What you do is you get a little stand for it, you put it on your desk, and then after when you get home, right? Like the pocket watches, the Patek pocket watches that we looked at, you know?
No,
where it's got the little stand for it.
Right. But it's private. But that's the thing. It's a private thing. It's a private experience. It's a private experience. It's not something where look, when somebody buys a painting for like, you know, $50 million, right? You know, it's you know, it's usually, you know, big enough size or something behind that where people look at it and everybody can appreciate it. Everybody can appreciate it, right? Everybody can appreciate it, right? It's art. Everybody can appreciate it, or they think they can appreciate it. But a watch like this, like, who's going to appreciate this? Like, nobody. I mean, 99% of people on the planet would think this is a Timex. 99% of the people, you know, would think this is a Timex watch. It's like it wouldn't impress anybody. So it's hard to get the hype going in an auction, I think. You know, I think for a couple million, the market is there. You have a bunch of collectors, but to ask that type of money, like you know, it becomes very like you got to be a real like super fanatic,
Yeah.
And
So I don't know. I'm thinking like if you're going to pay that much money, like at a certain price point, I could see like you're just going to be the type of person that's collecting it for the rarity of it. So I mean, you have to be sure. Like if you're paying 20 million, this is like something super special, and this is like a one of one.
Yeah. No, it's well, it's a one out of I think they only made you know, so here's the thing. So with the steel, from what I understand, they made like 5 of them. There's 5 known to exist, or 4. There's 4 known to exist, which is not rare. There's 4 other pieces in steel, right? That's not not one of one. So there's 4 other pieces, and there's like 100 pieces in gold or whatever it is. So it's not like, and the watch by itself, it's not really beautiful. There's nothing really like, it's very, you know, it looks like a tool watch. Like it's something you gotta explain to people what this is.
It's got like it's too functional.
Right.
But it is. I mean, it is a good looking watch, though. It is a good looking watch.
I mean, you know, for 10 grand as like a Universal Genève. I mean, they did stuff that looks like this for, you know, you can get for 10 grand or 15 grand now. So it's it'll be interesting. 15, 18. Yeah, they got all these crayon eaters. Oh, so the story with the watch is it was owned by it's got the whole backstory, whatever, you know, it's the same. Oh, so the Daytona, the Paul Newman Daytona. I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting tired of all these same knuckleheads. They all say the same thing. They all use the same like language. Oh, it's iconic. It's iconic. It's iconic.
Because it's probably like the same 5 guys like doing the the write up for this.
They're okay. No, they basically I think I saw another article, and they ask the same 5 guys. They ask Matthew Bain, who's the watch. No, okay, so I didn't see him, but they asked that guy. What the hell is it? You know, what's his name? John Reardon. They asked this guy Menta. What's his name? Adam Golden or whatever. Menta watches. Which that guy's a fucking tomato can. He doesn't like. What the fuck does he know? Then you got this guy from what the hell is it? Actually, he's a big vintage dealer in LA. What the hell is his name? Yeah, I mean, and then there was this guy Alfredo Pamarico. I mean, that guy is, yeah, that guy gets into some interesting watches, but I don't know. It's the same like group of like 10 guys that hype up all these things. It's it's like a scam, you know.
Yeah,
I think that's what this is. It's but anyway, well, look,
okay.
If this thing goes for 20 million, you don't think a 3940 can go for 200 grand?
Okay, so let's see if this one goes for 20 million first.
No, it's probably going to be, no. I mean, they're asking.
No.
They're asking 20 million, and you know, it'll probably sell for like, if somebody bought, it's probably going to get like, I don't know. I think one sold for like 10, 9. You know, it's, you know, look.
Okay.
You think if somebody if somebody offered 10 million in cash, the guy would say no? I mean, you know, it's a negotiating tactic.
Yeah.
It's a negotiating tactic. They just let's see here. This is the Bruce Lee has this watch. This one right here.
Yeah. That's okay. I wonder why he has this one, right? Because we've discussed in the past that he only buys one from each brand.
Yeah.
So I mean, he could get any Patek. Why this one?
I think there was a video on it. He said, you know, he likes the chronograph, or you know, and you know, the bracelet, because you know he's in Hong Kong, right? It's
yeah,
better than,
it's,
you know, it's
humid.
Yeah, so the bracelet, and it's you know, it's like the blue chip of Patek in theory. I don't think it is, but it is kind of like everybody thinks of it as. I don't think of it, but it's kind of, you know, everybody thinks that, okay, the perpetual chronograph is the ultimate Patek, because they basically invented that. They you know, that they pioneered that movement, and nobody else did it for 40 years. You know, there's the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically, you know, that's why Peasant Philippe has one, because you know, but he has it on a strap. He's got a strap.
I don't know,
because
like, if I were gonna,
that's the ultimate watch. That's the ultimate Patek, and it's not. It's kind of like, you know.
Yeah, because like, I would rather have a chiming watch than a perpetual calendar.
Yeah. The chiming ones are expensive.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be 300 grand and up. I think for Patek, for a minute repeater is at least 300-400. Look at this. Let's see what else they have here. Let's go down the list. Let's go down the list of these perpetuals. Yeah. No, they do look good though. I mean, look, this is a good looking watch. Look at this. These, I mean, these could be a good value. These actually look. There's a little bit of a nuance than the other ones we saw. This over here, this early 90s. It's got a good look. It's got a certain. Let's see. Yeah, it's the unibrow. Let's see. Yeah. Then it gets into this garbage here. It gets into this garbage. No, but it kind of goes to show you there's really like modern, you know, in terms of perpetuals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, this is somebody's asking 100 grand for this. Is the Kelsowitz for the Kelsowitz with the syringe hands. Yeah, there's always somebody asking some crazy price. Yeah. That's the market update. Baron, okay. Any final notes? Final words?
I don't know. I got nothing. All right, let's just thank our channel sponsors, and then we'll call it a night.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Green Rush, the show sponsor, and Rich Mitch. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you,
Talk
Baron
to you guys later.
Wood.
Thank you. Bye.